guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's K-Poppin with Fallon. I am Fallon, and I am here with my fiance.
William.
He's visiting for right now. So he's going to be in some videos with me.
Yes.
But he'll be moving down here soon, so he will be in more. He will be in more videos. But yeah, so I thought it would be fun to show him some BTS videos. He's already learned a lot just from me being a big fan. He knows a lot of the members' names. And I've shown him some videos and some live performances and stuff over time, but
yeah, one step at a time.
That's right. That's right. I just showed him the video "Who is BTS" by xCeleste, and I will eventually show him "Who is Army," also by xCeleste. But in this video, we're going to be doing BTS Hardships, also by xCeleste. I think this is a really good video. It's a big part of the journey, the BTS journey, to learning who they are, to see what kind of hardships they've been through and what they've had to deal with, you know, going from, as you know, being part of a small company and not being part of the big three, and it's a true underdog story. Like they really had to fight and work their asses off to get to where they are. Yeah. And now that they're there, they're still humble, and they don't, you know, act like, oh, you know, I'm whatever fame, you know. I don't know. Yeah. They're just awesome. But it just really shows, like, and even this video doesn't show everything.
Okay.
You know, so it's like there's still a lot of stuff they deal with, and they're still probably dealing with it today.
Yeah. I mean, it's like 10 years of stuff. It's not going to be told in 30 minutes.
Exactly. And especially dealing with the Western world. You know, a lot of Western... I hate to admit it, but there's racism, there's xenophobia. You know, a lot of people, they don't want to accept a group from Korean dominating the charts here in America and winning awards and all that stuff. And so even though they're humble and they give out good, positive, you know, messages, and like, why wouldn't you want this to be on top of the charts? You know, giving out this positive message. There's always going to be haters, so it just shows a lot of what they've had to deal with. Okay. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. And I hope you enjoy the video. So, let's check it out.
Yep.
You ready?
Yes.
We've got our drinks.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Got my
Hope
sweet
you got
tea.
your sweet tea and my wine. I hope you have your drinks. Hope you have your snacks. Hope you're ready to watch this with us. So yeah, let's check it out.
Yeah.
So this is BTS Hardships 2013 to 2021. I think this is a not upgraded, but like a oh my gosh, updated. Okay. Yeah, because I think the one she did before didn't go to 2021. I could be wrong.
Okay.
But I think this is a updated one. But yeah, so.
Okay. All right, let's see.
And again, if you have questions or if you want to say anything, just pause it.
I will.
Was not made in order to relive the sadness or to hold grudges against others. This video was made to remind us that BTS didn't rise to success without facing hurdles, and these events have created a stronger bond between BTS and ARMY. June 13, 2013. BTS were only able to debut because the scheduled performers cancelled. BTS was a filler. Even after debuting, they couldn't get much airtime. Their performances were either shortened, cut from broadcasts, or not uploaded for online consumption, due to their company's lack of clout at that time.
저 당시에는 우리가 막 방송을 마음대로 못 깔 때예요. 그치.
방송을 막 사람 다 차 있으면 우리 못 나오고 그럴 때도 있었어.
저때 한밤에 이게 나오게 된 게 되게 약간 우리가 막 그랬었어. 그때. 그랬어요.
되게 중요한
진짜
거고 하는 거.
신기한 거고 되게 약간 원래 그렇게 따로 인터뷰 잘 안 해주시는데 막 그때 그런 기억이 나요.
저희를 구원해 주신 거죠?
From sleeping in one bedroom to using their own staff as extras
Yeah, because they couldn't
to
hire actors.
recording an album in
During
a
American
garage.
Hustle Life?
Okay.
These were just a few things BTS experienced early on in their careers due to their company's
sleeping on
limited
studio.
budget.
G-Dragon.
Yeah.
옷에 쓰인 무슨 뭐냐고 보통 써가지고 16,000원짜리 후배티 프린팅 해가지고 모두 올라가지고 말을 그렇게 내버렸었는데 아무튼
Because
Yeah, they
some of
struggled
the
in the
members came from an underground
Yeah.
rap background, but ultimately chose the path of becoming idols, they were often disrespected.
사실 남준이가
Namjoon
언더에서
is
활동을
RM.
했다고 그 이제 그런 사람들이 많아요. 그 아이돌로 올라가서 나는 언더그라운드 활동을 했던 사람이다 하고 언플이라고 흔히 하잖아요. 그러면은 이제 언더 매니아, 힙합 매니아라고 하는 사람들은 그런 거를 당연히 안 좋게 보죠.
아 지네 음악도 안 하고 그냥 회사에서 시키는데도 노래 받아서 춤이나 추는 것들이 무슨 가수냐? 니네가 무슨 아티스트냐? 저런 애를 더 이상 나오면 안 된다.
A rapper told
Look at his
니네가 무슨
face
아티스트냐?
when he says
저런
that.
애를 더 이상 나오면 안
Yeah.
된다.
It's not good to continue pointing a kid out like that, and it's not because they were just kids.
Right.
They were
yeah.
very young.
Yeah.
And just because he went from underground rap to being an idol, hip hop and underground fans don't see idols as real artists or real rappers. They feel like they sold out.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Explain more about like underground. Like, what's the difference? Like, what?
it's just not mainstream.
Okay.
So I mean, I don't know much about underground either,
Yeah.
but it's just not your mainstream music.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's different in Korea from America.
Right.
I really don't know how to explain it.
Okay. I mean, I'm definitely no music expert.
Yeah, I
so-
mean, I'm not either.
Yeah.
But that's all you really need to know at this
Mhm.
point is just that underground artists, as far as, because K-pop idols, they're seen as being manufactured pretty much.
Okay, got it.
Give you a song, give you this, and you do it. You
Right.
don't get to write your own lyrics. You
Right.
do what we tell you to do. It's very manufactured.
Yeah.
And so hip hop, like underground artists who are raw and all this stuff, they
Got it.
don't
It
see
wasn't-
idols as real rappers or real artists because they're not writing their own lyrics. They're being handed a song or
okay.
they're being whatever. So they don't feel like they're real artists or real rappers.
Okay. So when he was underground, they felt like he's more original now.
Right.
That he's part of BTS.
Now that he's an idol,
Yeah, he's like.
he's not a
alright,
true artist or
Okay.
a true rapper.
Got
And
it.
Suga got the same thing because Suga was also underground rapper.
Okay.
And so they both got a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And then of course, being idols, they wear makeup.
Right. Exactly.
They
had to
were
look-
called girls and they were
Yeah.
called whatever, and they were like,
Yeah.
that's not manly, it's not hip hop, it's not whatever.
Yeah.
So that him and Suga got a lot of crap in the beginning,
Yeah.
and I mean it's really sad, but I remember. Oh, you saw it with me on the episode that Nigel Baker was reacting to when
Mhm.
RM met up with his friends who he used to do music with. And they're like, how can you show up here with makeup on?
Mm.
You may have been falling asleep.
Yeah, I
don't
was
know.
probably falling asleep.
But anyways, he went and saw some of his friends that he used to do underground
Yeah.
music with.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Like,
even just him showing up, they're like, how can you show up here with makeup on like a girl? And it's like,
Yeah. Right.
really?
Yeah.
Like, and he even said, he was like, the guys I used to do music with talk bad about me now
Yeah.
because he's an idol.
Right.
So they caught a lot of crap, and it's not fair.
No, it's not fair.
무슨 가수냐?
See?
Yeah.
니네가 무슨 아티스트냐? 저런 애를 더 이상 나오면 안 된다.
A rapper told RM and Suga that they were on the right path, but strayed away and were no longer considered real rap hip-hop
This is when they
artists,
got called
deeming
girls for
them
wearing-
girls for
Yeah.
wearing makeup.
방탄소년단에 대해서 사실 뭐 하지 않고 아이돌을 보입니다. 네, 맞습니다. 힙합이 아니다. 방탄소년단이 무대에 올라갔을 때 뭐 이제 분장을 한다는 거, 맞아요. 또 메이크업을 하는 거 이제 어떤 힙합과 충돌되는 부분이
아니
있을 것 같은데.
그냥 그런 게 아니라 여자.
So the guy who said that,
Yeah.
his name is Be Free.
Mm-hmm.
One day I'll have you listen to the ciphers.
Mm-hmm.
But they go at him in the ciphers. Because that's the thing, like in interviews,
Yeah.
they never counterattack people who've given them hate.
Right.
They don't bring people up, they don't bring up names, they put it in their music.
Okay.
And even in their music, they don't put names, they don't whatever. Like the people know what they're fucking talking about.
Right.
But in one of their ciphers, I think it's either cipher 2 or cipher 3, Suga goes ham on this guy, Be Free, who says this about him.
Oh wow.
And the guy's from Hawaii, and in the lyrics he's like, go to Hawaii.
Oh god.
So they have their diss tracks where they talk back to their haters who have given them shit over the years. And I think they dedicated that whole cipher to this Be Free guy who said this about them, who called them girls for wearing makeup.
Yeah.
And so I respect that too, because they don't talk shit about anybody in interviews. They don't bring shit up.
Yeah,
they
why?
do it in their music. And it's like, you know what? I'm going to rap my ass off and I'm going to give you shit, you know. And
No,
they still don't even name their names in the music. But it's like, you know who they're talking about.
It's like, channeling your, I would say your energy. And let the audience know kind of like, hey, this is not what you're, the best thing to do. And I'm not going to retaliate right in front of you, but I'm going to
stand up for myself.
Yeah. So, no, that's good. That's good. Instead of like some people, and that's emotion, kind of emotional. It's kind of hard to control sometimes.
Yeah.
In the moment, they're dissing you right at your face.
Right.
You feel it. What should you do? And so, it's nice, that they keep it cool and collective. So
yes,
that
they're still respectful.
Yeah.
They're still.
It's like, all right, I hear what you're trying to say, but what you say is not true.
Right.
But I'm gonna let you know in a different way. But
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you keep your ego or whatever you want to think at the moment. But think about it again the second time. Later on, see did it really go through your brain before you vocal your opinion,
Yeah.
So
I'll show you this whole video one day, but because of course it just shows a clip right now, but I'll show you the whole thing another day, but it's just ridiculous.
Shut the front door. BTS were being told by several people they would never make it because they came from a small agency. Big Hit Entertainment was at one point near bankruptcy and didn't have the financial power to promote and push BTS the way other companies could with their own groups.
Like
In
how they have
2014,
like jerseys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder why they chose that, dude.
I don't know, honestly.
Cause like they're wearing the white one with like BTS as the outline, and they had a black one with BTS as the letter.
Right.
And then one of the other dances that they were doing that was substituted in, they had their name kind of like the same style of jerseys. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why they chose jerseys or why. I don't know.
Maybe like hip hop style. They got they got their hat and jersey. Looking cool.
Maybe. I don't know.
other companies could with their own groups. In 2014, Suga shared his story about battling depression since pre-debut days. Suga continues to discuss and bring awareness to mental health through his work. Until now,
awesome.
BTS has continuously been transparent about their darkest thoughts and feelings, not just through their music, but also their very public personas. February 2014. BTS were accused of copying the schoolboy concept for Boy in Love, which came out shortly after another group released their music video, even though the concept is a popular choice amongst young boy bands. April 2014. During a variety show, the host confronted them about this plagiarism accusation.
수와 겹친 교복 패션 왜 하필 입니까? 원망 있나요?
사실 저희가 말씀드릴 수
예, 얘기 천천히
그리고 저희가 이번 사랑 이야기 학교 3부작의 마지막이었어요.
예.
그래가지고 언제 한번 교복을 입겠다라고 생각을 했는데 그게 되게 유명의 시기가 겹쳐가지고.
Throughout their careers, they've been constantly criticized for plagiarism, often for outfits, props, concepts, and hair colors that are ordinary not just in K-pop, but the expansive world of visual arts. November 2014. Hashtag #KickOutJhope BTS trended on Twitter, calling J-Hope ugly and untalented. The trend became popular enough that their friend
Tony
and supervisor from their reality show American Hustle Life, Tony Jones, tweeted out saying, "Every member is needed and talented." Jin stepped in by telling ARMYs to cheer up and that all of them were working hard. ARMYs got together and trended hashtag J-Hope You're Perfect to comfort him. May 2015. BTS finally won their first music show with their song I Need You 2 years after their debut, but were accused of 사재기. This is when companies buy back albums to boost external sales records. But this was when their company was barely surviving financially, making the claims groundless. May 2015. V was accused of mocking another idol group after they won a music show and were accepting the trophy. People began to send him death threats. However, he wasn't mocking them at all. V was known to be a fan of this group and was singing their song out of excitement. He apologized on Twitter for the misunderstanding and provided screenshots showing that he would always listen to this song before bed. July 2015. BTS abruptly halted their concert, The Red Bullet, in New York due to death threats towards RM. All related fan activities were also subsequently cancelled. Attendees of the show were forced to leave the venue, where there was a strong presence of security and police at the scene. RM also received another death threat for another upcoming show in Mexico later that month.
Why death threats?
July
really?
2016, people began to debate over alleged misogynistic lyrics and tweets from BTS. This led to the members and the company reflecting back on their actions. BTS's agency, Big Hit Entertainment, responded with an apology and a promise to do better. Consequently, the band grew from this lesson and have since released feminist overtures such as 21st Century Girl, and in 2019 responded to their 2014 single Boy in Love with Boy with Love, a collaboration with Halsey. RM has said that since the incident, he pays closer attention to the lyrics he writes, reading newspapers and books to study the social phenomena. After he finishes writing lyrics, he consults experts of women's studies to objectively examine the lyrics. May 2016. During their epilogue concert, aunties began to use the hashtag #PlagiarismBoyScouts. Multiple fandoms teamed up to trend this hashtag in Korea. BTS saw this, and the media latched on. June 2016.
This shit makes me
During the
mad.
variety show Flower Crew, Jungkook arrived at the filming location with a bag of hamburgers for his cast members, hoping to break the ice. One of the cast members made rude comments and turned Jungkook's offer away.
Just to be nice. Why aren't they accepting it?
BTS has since filmed another variety show with the same host, and spirits seem high.
I wouldn't have been.
September
I would have been an asshole to him, but that's just me.
Aunties made yet another project called Break Wings Project to try to sabotage their comeback in October. The project was caught and stopped once comments on YouTube broadcasting the project were put on blast. Wings then went on to sell 16,000 units in its first week, appearing at number 26 on the US Billboard 200 chart, setting the then highest record for a K-pop album and making BTS the first and only K-pop act at that time to log 3 entries on the Billboard 200.
Nice.
Because of this, Antis took strategic pictures of non-armies and claimed that there was no line in stores that sold physical albums.
The
October 2016.
links they go to.
During the Busan One Asia Festival, fans were told a couple hours before the broadcast that BTS were no longer appearing because one member was absent from an injury. Even though a countless number of fans were already present at the event venue and BTS was ready and willing to perform. BTS ended up performing for the fans who attended the event and waited all day, but it was at the end of the event with leftover confetti, no proper lighting, and no cameras rolling. Their performance was not broadcasted and only fan cams were taken. October 2016. During BTS's Blood, Sweat and Tears promotion in South Korea, BTS wasn't given a waiting room at the broadcast center. So the members made do and practiced, got dressed, and did makeup in front of the bathrooms. They would practice non-stop without resting, greeting other staffers who were going to the bathroom, and other idol groups would openly look down on them. This comment was left under a video uploaded by Wei, a member from Crayon Pop.
It feels like they're jealous of, like, wait, where's this group coming from? Like, and then they're like, nah, there's no way. And they're pushing them down because they're like, you know, they're moving through the ranks, and now they're like, hold on, this can't happen because you should be part of the big three, whatever. Was it 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, part of the big 3 in order for you to...
It's funny because now it's the big 4 because of fucking Big Hit Entertainment.
Right.
But yes, it was the big 3, yeah.
It's the big 3, exactly. And so, you know, got, because of all the positive message and the good things they're doing, hard work they're putting in, you know, people can see that.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can't lie through hard work, you know.
Right.
And so, and people appreciate it, and they're moving forward, and now you have people that's jealous, and they don't like, hey, hold on, you know, you gotta speak to the big dog before you move on and be big and stuff like that. So, no, it's cool. It's cool that, through all the difficulties, you know, they still continued. They continue to fight, no matter what the situation was.
Yeah.
And, you know, and they made it through, and so it's a it's a great underdog story for sure.
It really is. It really is.
Yeah.
Wei responded, "Yes, that's right. All I remember is their hard work and efforts. I especially haven't forgotten RM's voice practicing Japanese." November 2016.
Okay, so this right here. When I first saw this, I really cried. And this is one of the reasons why I feel like I can relate to V. It's a story about, he was raised by his grandma, his grandparents.
Right.
And of course,
yeah,
in elementary school, I started living with my grandparents.
Yeah.
So I can relate to him in this. But this is really gonna, oh my God. This really made me fucking mad. It still makes me sick to my stomach when I see this, but you're gonna see. Okay. November 2016.
Okay. V made a heartfelt announcement during their muster that his beloved grandmother had passed away. Auntie saw this as a...
This is what people were saying. I see no difference. Don't cry, baby boy. She's waiting for you with a pile of bones. Great. Him and I can dance on Taeyoung's grandmother's grave together.
Jesus.
Pale and dead of life. You mean Taeyoung's grandma? Like, who is going to attack you when your fucking grandmother passed away? That's sick.
Yeah, that is. I mean,
that's sick.
People, you know, can hide behind a computer and then they say whatever their message.
What is it called?
Keyboard warriors.
Keyboard warriors.
Yeah, exactly. And so.
But like, you don't have to like their music. You don't have to like them. But why would you attack them when they're when they just said about their grandmother passing away?
Yeah, exactly.
That is sick.
where you should have at least some type of sympathy.
Some kind of compassion. You don't have to like their music. You don't have to like
Right.
BTS. But why would you attack a member after they mentioned that their a loved one passed away?
Exactly. And think about it this way. Let's say you were... Flip the script.
Thank you.
Yeah, now how would you feel? Like, holy crap, like I had a situation, and really that's how... Yeah, like, you know, they don't put themselves into...
Like that is... And what really hurts my soul...
Yeah.
Is thinking if Taeyoung ever saw this, if he ever saw any of this.
Yeah.
To know that there was that kind of hatred in this world, that they were being that way to him. Yeah. Can you imagine that being your grandma and you seeing this?
Right, exactly. Like, what the heck? Like
that breaks my heart for him.
Yeah.
If he...
No, for sure.
Just because... And I don't know, like, how much this blew up. I don't know how much it was, but, like... Even if you just saw one of these, that is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Because you're already going through the loss of your grandmother, a loved one, whatever. And then to have complete strangers who have no idea who you are and just giving you this hate.
Yeah.
When you've done nothing but try to give out positive. You know, he didn't deserve it in any way.
Absolutely not, no.
Oh,
like,
it makes me sick.
They don't personally know him at all.
Right.
Like... What does this message like when you send out that tweet? Does it make you feel better? Like, really? Like
I don't get it.
Are you sick in some other?
I don't get it. Like how, what did that do for you?
Yeah, you felt really good about sending that message out. Gotta be like, I don't know, like it doesn't make sense, you know.
It doesn't, but
It's an opportunity to twist his narrative and intentions, sending.
Read that to yourself.
Dude, whenever Taeyoung he's... Oh, wow.
Like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Using someone's grandma's death for sympathy for yourself is probably the most disgusting thing I've seen all year, because they accused him of using his grandma's passing for sympathy or for, whatever. Yeah. It's like, no, he was talking to his fans and being vulnerable with them. And telling them what was going on with his life, because it didn't show the whole thing, but he had said, a lot of you guys have been asking me on, whether it was Twitter or whatever, Taeyoung, why have you looked so down lately? Why have you been whatever?
Yeah.
And he said, I've wanted to tell y'all this for a while, but I just couldn't. And he finally told them, he said, my grandma passed away, and that's why he had been so down.
Right.
And then these people are talking about you use that to get sympathy or to get what... It's like, no, he was talking to his fans because they wanted to know what was going on with him, because when they saw him in public, he wasn't his usual... He's crazy. He's a goofball. He's whatever. And then he's just down.
Exactly.
So, of course, his fans are worried about him, like, hey, why have you been so down? And he finally told them. Yeah. And now y'all are using that against him. Yeah. It just makes me so fucking mad.
Think of it this way.
It really does. I could tear up now just thinking about it. Yeah. But, I was raised by my grandma, and he was raised for 14 years by his grandma. Yeah. So I think that's one of the things, like, I just relate to him. We were raised by our grandparents, and we...
Of course, it's someone that you're very close with, they raised you up, they taught you everything, and they're always there for you.
Right.
And you're losing someone that's that important to you. Yeah. It's hard. You don't know how to deal with it. You're like, man, they were there a few days ago, and now they're not, and like, what the heck? Like, everything's so different now. Yeah.
I just can't believe people actually fucking did that. Like, there's no reason to attack somebody when they've lost a loved one. That's just sick. Yeah. And that just, when I first saw this video, like, I cried. It broke my fucking heart. So I love my V. Like, I really do feel like I relate to him, being, raised by grandparents and stuff, and just, I don't know, he's my spirit animal. That's what I say. He's my spirit animal. But anyways, and that's why I paused this, because I really wanted you to see what people fucking said and how
messed up they can be. you know, it's a form of cyberbullying.
It is. It is.
And so, like, you know, it doesn't matter where it is, physical or virtual. You know, bullying is not.
It's wrong.
It's wrong. Exactly.
It's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sending him death threats and accusing him twist his narrative and intentions. Sending him death threats and accusing him of using her passing as a ploy for attention. November 2016, Big Hit released a formal statement about taking legal actions regarding malicious rumors, false statements, and personal attacks against BTS. The company continues to pursue legal actions against perpetrators to this day, enforcing a strict no settlement and leniency policy. November 2016. Fans of another group were upset that BTS won Album of the Year at the Melon Music Awards, claiming it was done out of charity and that miscalculations were made. They called Melon customer care, where an employee explained that the company's internal data proved that BTS scored higher. Audio of the conversation was released.
그거 이제 그 상에 해당하는 앨범들을 해가지고 계산한 게 있는데 그러면은 저희가 보는 거랑 뭐 멜론 내부에서 보는 거랑 그러면은 데이터가 아예 다르다는 소린가요?
아니요, 똑같으시고요. 고객께서 보셨던 거는 차트랑 그리고 스트리밍 그 실시간 앨범 자체가 나오고 나서 순간 차트에 대한 그런 데이터량 아십니까?
그건 아닌 것 같아요.
고객께서 보신 전체 데이터 수치는 아마 보시기 어려우실 거예요. 그 데이터는 로엔을만 갖고 있고요. 고객께서 봤던 정리를 어떤 식으로 진행하셔가지고 어떤 식으로 보실지 모르겠는데.
Yeah, like how do you come up with your score when they're the one with the data?
관한 내용들이고요. 그 부분이 아니라 1년 동안 고객님들께서 스트리밍 돌리시고 앨범을 산 그 이용권 말고 많은 대중들이 전체적으로 됐잖아요. 그거에 대한 결과 전체 음원 합산 전수예요. 내부적으로 고객께서 지금 생각하시는 게 혹시 내부적 이게 비리가 있는 거 아니냐라고 생각이 들 수 있는데요. 뭐 제가 말씀드릴 수 있는 부분은 비리 전혀 없으시고요.
Like they were so mad that BTS won. It's like, look, the fact. I mean, it's a fact.
February 2017. BTS were accused of plagiarism after their performance at the Gaon Chart Music Awards. The part in question was when the no-signal bars on screen resembled another group's past stage. To make matters worse, the creative director of the group in question created a post on Instagram with the captions, our hard work. And siblings of the group liked that post.
Wow.
Gaon Charts eventually posted an official statement in regards to the accusation, admitting that their own production team was in charge of the graphics, not Big Hit.
Right.
BTS has not attended or performed at Gaon Chart Music Awards since.
I love that.
Yeah, of course. Like
they did that, and they're like, you know what? Okay,
I'm not welcome.
We won't come to your show no more.
Yeah.
I love that they did that.
Yeah, I mean, it's good that, hey, you know, we don't stand for bullying, and so if you're gonna be messed up like that for us, you know, then we can still stand our own 2 feet, and we'll take our business elsewhere. You know?
Exactly. All they did was send in acceptance speeches.
Yeah.
Only pre-taping acceptance speeches. March 2017. Death threats were made against BTS, with their target being Jimin this time. This threat happened during their world tour, and Big Hit addressed this threat, increasing security around the venues.
That's crazy.
December 2017. Fans of a different group were so outraged by the results at the 2017 Mnet Asian Music Awards that they filed a petition under the Blue House, the executive office and official residence of the South Korean head of state. They requested Mama to be abolished because BTS won, crashing the Blue House petition website, which was meant for the South Korean citizens only, with traffic from overseas. May 2018, Jimin once again received death threats, this time during their Love Yourself tour in Fort Worth. Police
Texas.
tweeted soon afterwards that they were investigating the threat. November 2018.
Wait,
On
when
November
did they
7th,
when would they form? What year was it? Oh, 2013. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
That's like, what is it now? 2018. So 5 years later. Okay, got it. Yeah.
a South Korean court ordered a Japanese company to compensate them for wartime labor during Japan's colonial rule of the Korean peninsula. The next day, Japan's TV's Asahi's music station announced that they have canceled BTS's appearance on their show, slated for November 9th, due to a recently resurfaced screenshot of a member wearing a t-shirt depicting a photo of an atomic bomb and of Koreans celebrating their independence from Japan. The band subsequently became attacked by
And that's the thing, like, you can't blame, that's his country.
Yeah.
You can't blame him for, you know, supporting their country, having liberation from Japan, who was, like, I mean, I try to always, you know, see both sides.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like,
I mean, I get it, but he's Korean. Like, he's going to celebrate Korean liberation from the Japanese rule.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, for me, I'm Chinese, but obviously I have not lived through the era where, you know, during the time when World War II, obviously the Japanese are, you know, in China, whatever, South Korea and all that, they, you know, gone through and did all these bad things, but for sure, like, Japanese, they, you know, they're really prideful for what they are and what they do and stuff like that. You know, there were videos, obviously, you know, showing that they are teaching kids, like, outer history of World War II.
Really?
Yeah. But, yeah, so I could see why it's, like, an issue for them, but, yeah, it's a very touchy subject. You know, over there, because obviously Japanese did the bad things. You know, are they gonna own up to their thing or not? It's really up to their discretion.
Yeah.
But is it the right thing to do? Obviously not. And so, but they also don't want to raise their next generation knowing like, oh, okay, well, you know, we grown up. You know, they kind of lose their pride a little bit, but. That's part of history. It's that, you know, you learn your mistakes, and guess what? You move forward. Yeah, you learn from it, and you move forward. You teach kids, and hey, accept your mistakes and grow from it. And so, I don't know. That's my opinion in terms of that situation.
Yeah.
But we have, obviously, different generations that has been taught up and stuff like that. And so obviously the older generation, especially in the Asian culture, is that, you know, you respect the elder, and if they tell you, hey, this is what it is, and guess what, no, you gotta have to take it, and so the same message passes along, and so that's why I kind of like, I can see why this was a bit of an issue.
Well, this, you know, like she said in the beginning, the court made Japan pay money or whatever to, and so it was like. Then all of a sudden, BTS can't appear on this show. So it was like, oh, well, since this happened, we're not going to let BTS, because they're Korean, appear on this show in Japan.
Right. Because
Japan's being made to pay back money on wartime crimes or whatever. And so it's like, it was just like I don't know if scapegoat's the right word, but like, they were using BTS because it's like, oh, so... we're having to pay money because of what we did to Korea years ago and war, whatever. So we're not going to let you be on TV here. And that's not right, because it's not BTS's fault.
No, that
just because Jimin wore a shirt showing Korean independence and liberation from Japan, which at the same time, you can't fault him for that. That's his country. That's his... You know, like, of course anybody's going to be proud of their country's liberation from another country's rule.
Yeah, like, America's celebrating July 4th. Like,
right,
you know.
Exactly. So, it's all because Japan was mad because the courts made them pay money back because of the wartime
right
acts that they did. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. It's ridiculous. I will not allow BTS to appear.
Yeah.
Photos of Jimin in the shirt started to gain traction on social media in early November. It wasn't long before the Japanese words for unforgivable and atomic bomb, because the shirt he wore had an atomic bomb on it.
Right, exactly.
Started trending on Twitter, and some Japanese social media users were furious.
Yeah.
I am a resident of Hiroshima. I will not allow BTS to appear on the music station. They made a joke of the atomic bomb, one Twitter user said, ahead of the canceled performance.
Yeah.
And I don't think he was making it a joke. He was just celebrating his country, his people, where he's from, his country's independence and liberation from Japanese rule. Like, the Japanese should never even tried to take over.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
They always try to find something to get.
There's
on
always
BTS.
two sides to the coin, and you know
they always try to drag BTS down.
Yeah, this could take whatever, any little thing. Like, okay, well, you know, hey, he got like, I don't know, a red color shirt, and this represents something else. You know, things like that.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The extreme conservatives in Japan, and the news was picked up by the Western media.
바로 저 사건은 방탄소년단이 입었던 티셔츠가 직접적인 문제가 됐다기보단 그건 빌미였고 사실은 강제징용 배상 판결에 대한 이 보이콧을 하고 싶어하던 일본의 어떤 그 멘탈리티가 그대로 표현된 거다라고 생각을 할 수 있는데 그래서 그 5개 대륙에 그러니까 전 세계에 걸쳐서 살고 있는 특히 이제 한국 번역을 하는 한국 아미들이 주축이 돼서요 20몇 명의 아미가 온라인으로 모여서 이 사건이 도대체 어떤 정치적 배경에서 나왔는가 어떤 역사적 배경에서 출현한 건가 그리고 지금 그 전 세계에서 쏟아내고 있는 기사들이 어디가 어떻게 잘못된 건가 팩트 체크를 다 하면서 이 2차 세계대전에 대한 어떤 자료들을 다 모아서 백서 화이트 프로젝트를 발간합니다.
BTS meets politics in a digital world. The impact of the teacher. I want to read that.
동시에 이렇게 다 볼 수 있는데 분량이 166쪽 정도 돼요.
April 2019. During BTS's global press conference for Map of the Soul Persona, a reporter bluntly asked BTS about past plagiarism allegations.
사실 제가 그 윙스하고 피땀눈물 언급했던 거는 그때 이제 문제가 됐던 내용.
That was so long ago.
표절인가 그 프랑스 작가분께서 언급해서 여쭤본 거였고요. 그거에 대해서 그냥 뭐 질문이 좀 불편할 수는 있겠지만 답변을 좀 듣고 싶은 부분 때문에 질문을 드렸습니다.
네, 그거에 대해서 저희 회사에서 이제 저희 회사 법무팀에서 작가님이 이야기를 하고 있고요. 저희 의견, 저희 생각도 회사랑 동일하다고 생각을 하고 있습니다. 네, 그건에 대해서는 회사에서 지금 처리를 하고 있기 때문에 뭐 결과가 나오면 알겠죠. 네, 감사합니다.
Very professional.
Netizens later uncovered an article written by a reporter of the same name on another entertainment company's news website. April 2019. SBS Inkigayo excluded.
They're like these kind of like I don't know how you call it, but they would randomly like patent things and whatever, and then when company does it, or they use certain type of like name or whatever, and then they go ahead and sue them. Essentially, it's like, you know, it's like some type of lawyer trolls, whatever, and stuff like that. Yeah. And so what they do is like, oh, like you have like a name, let's say XYZ.com, whatever. They would have that name, and then from there, if you create something with that thing, and then they're gonna go ahead and initiate a lawsuit against you. And so things like that does happen in like the on like the real world and stuff like that, and it's essentially the same thing. They just want to like take a certain incident now. I'm gonna take it as a legal issue, you know.
Right.
So they're just hating too much, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But of course, people can make money out of that. and or feel better, or I don't know. It's just some type of gratification to get out of it. So to see their response, I don't know. It's they're always two sides of the thing. You know, one trying to make the world better, and the other one is
right. Of course.
And dragging out to the other way. So
yeah.
BTS's Boy with 19. SBS Inkigayo excluded BTS's Boy with Love out of its charts for the song's first eligible week. Questions about the criteria used by the music show were raised, while SBS continued to claim the calculation period did not fit with BTS's album release time. To this, Dispatch compared BTS to another group who also released a song on the same day. That group entered the rankings and took its first win for their song that week, while BTS were left out of the rankings entirely.
Tell me that one.
December 2019. JTBC reported that BTS went against their own agency and planned to file a lawsuit against Big Hit Entertainment. Big Hit pulled out receipts and released a lengthy statement on behalf of Big Hit Entertainment, BTS, and the members' families. They called the media company's journalism practices into question, stating, "We have not only the video that JTBC used for the first report, but also the CCTV video that recorded the footage of the journalist breaking into our company."
Wow.
December 2019. MBC is accused of abusing their power to purposely prevent other groups under Big Hit Entertainment from appearing at their year-end show, after BTS chose to appear on the US's NBC New Year's Rockin' Eve countdown in New York City instead of NBC's year-end program. According to OSEN, multiple industry sources shared, ever since October, when BTS's side told NBC that BTS would not be appearing on NBC's year-end music festival, it has been difficult for singers associated with Big Hit Entertainment to appear on NBC. It is already an openly known fact in the industry. January 2020. For 29 years, the Seoul Music Awards only had one grand prize, also known as a Daesang. But in 2020, they created a second Daesang for digital music. BTS won the Daesang for physical music only, even though their stats proved that they should have also gotten the Daesang for digital music as well. BTS did not appear in person to accept the award and has only sent in video acceptance speeches since.
They're like, okay, we would
July 2020. Naver, the Google of South Korea, reportedly invested over $80 million into another entertainment company after losing out on profits from BTS, who chose to hold an online concert through Weverse, a mobile app and web platform developed by Big Hit Entertainment. BTS earned at least $21 million in ticket revenue, according to an analyst at securities firm. He stated, "Naver lost BTS, the most popular IP of K-pop, and must have felt the need to invest in entertainment to form a stable relationship." Since 2017, fans have noticed that South Korean platforms such as Naver and media journalists were ignoring and downplaying BTS's achievements. Popular websites hardly posted anything about them, nor did they feature BTS on their front pages. Music critic Kim Young-dae and popular political commentator Kim Oh-jun recently discussed this issue.
그 뉴스의 크기에 비해서 국내 기사는 상대적으로 적다는 인상을 항상 바라거든. BTS는 그 버금갈 정도의 현상을 지속적으로 만들었는데 거기에 비하자면 아주 수량이 좀 적다. 호들갑 떨기 그렇게 좋아하는 이 미디어들이 왜 이럴까? 궁금증이 평소에 있었거든. 연결되는 이야기예요. 기사들이 일단
BTS의 성공은 이제 어느 정도 보도가 돼요. 그러면 우리가 흔히 알고 있는 소위 대형 기획사의 아이돌이 그것보다 사실은 못 미치는 어떤 활약을 보였을 때 미디어에 보도되는 양이나 그 커버되는 범위를 보시면 확연히 차이가 납니다. 굉장히 좀 재밌는 부분이고 이번 그래미 같은 경우 어떻게 들어가냐면 주요 부문에서 등극에 실패했다라고 한다든지.
Right, instead of celebrating the fact that they were even nominated for a Grammy, being the first K-pop group ever to be nominated, they failed to make it. They failed to get it. They didn't win. It was like, instead of, you know, just the fact, like, just being grant or nominated is a huge accomplishment, even if they don't win.
Yeah, they're nominated.
But they don't see that.
Yeah, it's
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's like two-sided story all the time. You're looking through different lenses. You know, you can look at it as in positive side, or you look at it as a negative side. You know.
Right, and they're talking about like, like back to the three big companies.
Yeah.
Somebody from one of the big three companies does something less than what BTS is, and they get all the coverage.
Right.
Just because they're from a big three company. But yet, here's BTS breaking records, outselling American artists, and doing all this stuff, but they're not getting the news coverage or the whatever that they should be.
Yeah.
Because they're from a small company. And that's what they're talking about here.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
같은 경우 어떻게 들어가냐면 주요 부문에서 등극에
it's just amazing that even with all these kind of like struggle and hardship, and it's still kind of like, you know, prevail through all these challenges. It's sure.
Sorry, I ate it all, and then but I was all into it. But what were you saying?
No, I was saying you know, sticking to there's a huge value behind the company that drives them through for sure. I don't know what they talk about at the back behind the scene, or do they even care about these kind of like media stuff, or they just don't look at it at all. They say, hey, we're going to continue to spread our message, and that's the value we want to let the world know, and they just drive on in that direction, and don't pay attention to the media. Any court cases we will handle, and you just go ahead, continue to do your good work.
Yeah.
So, because you know, it's too easy to go into this rabbit hole. Just like, you know, everyone, of course, you know, they're entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah.
But we spend too much time focusing on these negativity. Now, you know, you're losing time to actually produce the important things. So, you know, it's good that, you know, they could ignore what everything's saying. You know, they got the legal team to handle any legal issues.
Yeah. And
continue to do their great work. So.
Yeah.
So that's amazing that you know, just not need to deal with that.
Okay.
실패했다라고 한다든지. 여러 가지 이유 중에 이거 하나가 중요하다고 생각해요. 뭐냐면 BTS라는 이 현상, BTS의 미국에서의 성공, BTS의 세계적인 열풍 자체가 제도권의 시스템을 거치지 않았다는 거예요. 그래서 이 제도권을 점하고 있는 그 언론일 수도 있고 뭐 프로모터일 수도 있고 음반 회사일 수도 있죠. 이 사람들이 보기에 썩 납득이 가지 않고 유쾌하지도 않아요.
자기 힘이 입증이 안 되는 거지, 그렇게 되면.
그렇습니다.
점하고 있는 위치에서 자기 영향력이라는 게 있는데 이걸 다 거치지 않고 성공해 버렸으니까 자기 존재 이유가 없어지는 거 아니에요. 그런 맥락에서는
December 2020. For the last few years, BTS has been the face of political discourse on the revisions of South Korea's mandatory military service. Even though BTS and their company have not spoken about wanting postponement or exemptions, and have insisted that they will serve when called upon. In August 2018, all major South Korean entertainment companies held a meeting to discuss petitioning the government to revise the law to allow K-pop performers to be exempt from service, in addition to the top artists, musicians, and athletes that already qualify. Big Hit Entertainment was not among the agencies, but BTS was used as the leading example for this revision. On December 22, 2020, the Ministry of National Defense announced that a revision has been made, effective June 23, 2021, where popular culture artists can postpone their enlistment until age 30, with the requirements that the individuals must have been recommended as recipients of the Order of Cultural Merit,
which they got.
One of the highest national honors given to artists in South Korea. In April 2021, 26 agencies led by the Korean Music Content Association filed a written objection against the revision, stating that the new law is both unrealistic and unfair. March 2021, BTS was nominated for the Best Duo Group Performance at the Grammys, which was announced during the online pre-show instead of the primetime ceremony, as it usually was in previous years. Unfortunately, they didn't take home the award, but what made fans even more upset was that the Grammys used BTS as ratings bait, teasing that BTS's performance would be quote-unquote up next, but were actually placed as the second to last performance during the 3.5-hour broadcast, and only given the time to perform an abridged performance of their song. But BTS got the last laugh. A live stream of the band celebrating after the event has so far garnered more than 13 million views, compared to the 8.8 million viewers who tuned into the Grammys.
Right.
March 2021.
This is
Topps released the Garbage Pail Kids Shammy Awards illustration and cards. Unlike the other artists who were featured, BTS was depicted as being brutalized and beaten up by a Grammy trophy inside a whack-a-mole. This isn't the first time BTS has been shunned, put down, or bullied. In February 2021, a German radio station host made racist remarks about BTS, comparing them to COVID-19, and voiced his hopes that there will be a vaccine against BTS soon. He openly cursed at them for covering a Coldplay song and said that BTS deserves a 20-year vacation in North Korea. Halsey, Max, Lau, Steve Aoki, and more artists slammed the radio station's racism and xenophobia. The host and station maintains that it was just a joke and that folks are too sensitive. During Zach Sang's show, a member named Liam from a boy band called Forever in Your Mind made these comments.
I agree that they're a boy band, but at the same time, it's like I feel like it's like a different, like they belong in a different genre on their own, because I feel like there still needs to be like a European or an American boy band to be at the top, and I think BTS can just live in their own. They're BTS. They don't, you know what I mean?
No, but they're like
I don't think that they're
gonna. Is so crazy. It's
dude,
insane.
and it's global.
I'm a fan. They're really good.
I like them. They're good dancers. I can't get behind it. I don't understand what they're saying.
I got it.
I don't even know what to call them, boys or girls, because I don't know what they are. Look at these people. Look at this one. I don't know which one he is. Look at those highlights. Those chunky Tony and Guy mall salon highlights.
Shut the fuck up.
The contact lenses. You are an Asian man. You don't need to look like a girl named Ashley.
When she got canceled pretty much after that.
I got worried.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they look very nice.
And I don't like Anderson Cooper just from this.
Yeah.
Just because of this. I don't like him anymore.
I don't know. I think they look very nice. That is not what you were saying during the break!
How did this become a thing in Western
that.
culture where all these grown men and little girls are off to little K-pop boys?
Why? Why? Why?
A senior editor from The Economist said, "Please no." After BTS was announced as speakers at the 75th UN General Assembly, she quickly tried to backtrack, claiming it was a joke. This led to Stephen Pollard, a British journalist, to tweet this, and Anne Hegarty, a television personality, responding with, "All this about a little Korean boy band that's fundamentally not important?" So when BTS was named Entertainer of the Year by Time magazine soon after, RM said, "We're not sure if we've actually earned respect, but one thing is for sure is that people feel like, okay, this is not just some kind of syndrome or phenomenon. These little boys from Korea are doing this." BTS have always been outspoken about the injustice of racial discrimination. In the summer of 2020, they used their platform and proudly announced their support for Black Lives Matter and donated $1 million to the organization. With the recent rise and visibility of atrocities against Asians, BTS released a statement on their Twitter standing in solidarity once again. These are just a few of the countless examples of mistreatment, racism, and xenophobia that BTS has been encountering around the world throughout their storied career. It will more than likely be a continued uphill battle. As artists of color who are constantly breaking records and barriers, amassing fans and growing in popularity around the globe, hostility and jealousy will come easily from those not afforded the luxury of such a strong and dedicated fan base. As fans who are cognizant of their journey and understand that their popularity comes from their sincerity and talent, ARMYs have a tendency to be protective, and sometimes overly so. If only because of the awareness of what BTS and ARMY are up against when fighting for fair representation.
Yeah, it's tough. Like, it's crazy that they're still dealing with it right now. Like,
it really is.
People
like
still don't understand. Like, okay, yeah, you know, they're spreading. You know, they just look at it a different lens, I guess. Like, you know, and obviously that's not the best lens looking through. You know, you should see. Yeah, there is reasons why people are standing behind this group. It's like the same thing, you know. Why would you choose a certain person to become the president of a certain country and stuff like that? You know, because they believe and they trust on the decision that they're gonna make. You know, it's the same thing. If you have, now I completely understand. There's always two sides of the, you know, group supporter and non-supporters, but yeah, it just. It just that even though with all these positive message, the good things that they do, they still don't see that they don't go over to the other side.
Right.
But,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really sad all the stuff they've been through. Like, they've been accused of so much, like, and none of it was true. And then, of course, the whole V's grandma thing, and then being accused of sajiki and plagiarism, and just it was like people just had to find something to accuse them of because they're mad that they were winning awards or that they were doing okay coming from a small company, but like let them grow and blossom and be who they are. But like, why do you have to have such hatred? I don't get it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, in the newer stuff, you know, 2020, 2021, the newscasters and stuff, it's like, are you fucking kidding me? That's why I don't like Anderson Cooper anymore. Like, I've always liked him.
Yeah.
And when I saw that clip, it's like, are you serious? Like, you just, I can't like you anymore.
Yeah.
But just, I don't understand. Like,
yeah.
Like, people that don't even know them or know who they are just throw out this hatred and just... I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking to me, but that just shows them how...
resilient.
How far they've come. Exactly. How resilient they've been.
Yeah.
And how far they've come. And then the fact that now that they are the biggest thing in the world, they're multimillionaires, whatever, and they've gone through all that they're still humble. Because they could have let that make them bitter.
Right.
They could have been like, you know what, fuck y'all, this is, you know,
they could
whatever,
sing about that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they didn't let it make them bitter. And they're still humble and they're still appreciative to the fans and to whoever else helped them get to where they are. They didn't let it make them, you know, bitter or anything.
Or change their message. Kind of,
Exactly, exactly. So I think that's really awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, yeah, for sure. I hope they continue to do great things.
Yeah, for sure.
And influence and change people's minds and views. And so,
Right.
One person at a time.
Exactly.
You know.
But yeah. Okay. So that was BTS Hardships by xCeleste. I hope you enjoyed watching it.
It was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to see, man, like the hostility of like anything. Like, you know, I thought, you know, being in Wall Street, you know, companies are at each other's throat. You know, it could even happen to, well, you know, even though BTS, yes, it's like a corporation and stuff like that, but still, not from company to company, it's from like the people, just all different aspects targeting them. Yeah, I didn't expect something like that to happen to a music group.
Right.
You know, and so, yeah, it just kind of like gives you a little view. You know, you're not safe from anything. But important thing is that don't forget to do what is right and ethical, and as long as you continue to do that, and that's what's most important. You know, doing the right thing.
Yeah, I agree. And the fact that even though this video showed quite a bit, the fact that that's not everything they've been through. You know, like there's still a lot of stuff that we don't know probably that they've
of course
had to experience and encounter.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. I'm so glad I had you watch that, but it's just a part of the BTS journey. You have to see the hardships and what they went through.
No, it's inspiring, you know.
It really is, yeah, because they didn't give up.
No,
they didn't let anything get them down. They just kept moving forward and working their asses off, and now they're where they deserve to be. Yeah,
and they still continue doing that. I mean, they didn't forget, and whatever. Of course, you know, the two sides is there forever, no matter what happens.
Right.
But you know, they don't forget the message. They don't forget the fans. You know.
Exactly.
No, that's a great story. Like,
see why I love them so much.
Yeah.
It really is a true underdog story.
Yeah, because I wouldn't be able to imagine like myself going through that. Like, you know, let's say we started something, and then like, what did we do wrong? You know, it's just like, huh?
Yeah.
So yeah.
She has another good video called "From Nobodies to Legends," which is really good. I'll show you that another time, but it's really good.
Okay.
It's kind of like this in a way. It just shows where they started and all the struggles they had and how they got to where they are now.
Yeah.
It's a great video. But yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't and if you enjoy the content. And let us know anything else. Let me know what else he should react to after this. He's watched this and he's watched xCeleste's Who is BTS. And I plan on having him see Who is Army by xCeleste and also From Nobodies to Legends. And then also, oh my god, what was it called? We just saw it a while ago. This one. The Most Beautiful Life Goes On, because that's a great video. But other than those, let me know what else I should show him in the future, whether it's music videos, documentaries, anything like that. But yeah. Alright, guys. Oh.
No,
say something else?
No.
Okay. Alright. I love you all. Thank you for joining us on this video, and I'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.